Good morning, good morning, good morning, Aldine. Good morning, Aldine. I am just super excited and just thrilled after watching that video. Wasn't it great? Wasn't that video good? Yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you all for being here to celebrate the official ribbon cutting for our newest school, Impact Leadership Academy at Wilson. Let's give everyone a round of applause. As you know, and there's no way you can't not know because lights and decorations are all out and the music is going. The holiday season is here. How many of you are ready for Thanksgiving? Yes. But I honestly can't think of a better way or a more festive way to kick off the Thanksgiving break than by being here with you all today. I'm blessed that I have so much to be grateful for. And I tell you now, the opening of Impact Leadership Academy is right there at the top of my thankful list this season. Also at the very top of my list are the people who played a pivotal role in making this school a reality, some of whom you'll hear from today. Of course, none of this is possible without our Board of Trustees, whose leadership and dedication to our students and staff is absolutely unsurpassed. Here today, we have our board president, Mr. Randy Bates. We have our board vice president, who's unable to be with us today, Dr. Kimberly Booker. We have our board secretary here with us today, Ms. Rose Avalos. We have our board members here today, Ms. Connie Esparza, Dr. Viola Garcia and Mr. Paul Schenkel are unable to be here with us today, but today we also have Mr. Steve Meade. Thank you, board members, for your leadership and the work that you do to ensure our students, our staff, and our community get the very best education and resources. And another special thanks to elected officials who are joining us today. We very much appreciate your leadership and contributions to our community. Let's give it up for our Representative Wally, and we also had someone from another office. Let's give them a round of applause. Speaking of community, when Impact Leadership Academy opened its doors back in August, our community showed up in a big way. Our male community leaders showed up that morning ready and excited to greet our students. Our next generation of leaders, y'all see them in their uniforms, everyone showed up. And as our students hopped off the buses and got out of the cars and stepped foot onto the red carpet that would lead them into our campuses, everyone was excited. And to see the smiles, the pride and joy on everyone's faces that morning, our students, their parents, and those community leaders was priceless and something that I'll never, never forget. It's one of those things I'll recall on the mornings when it's hard to jump out of bed. But seriously, when I reflect on that red carpet here at Impact Leadership Academy, and I think about all of the stories that I heard that occurred at Blackshear Field at Prairie A&M, our community was right there supporting our students, showing them that they have our support, showing them what is possible. That special red carpet welcome, as well as the Prairie A&M game, that experience, which was coordinated by our school's principal, Mr. Jonathan Kegler. Let's give him a round of applause. He's a leader who's been tasked with providing our young men with culture, a curriculum, and experience like no other. Now, we recognize that he's not alone. You've heard the saying, it takes a village. Well, it truly does. Along with his team at Impact and those in the district, we are fortunate to have partners to come and help us manifest this vision. Partners like Prairie A&M, let's give it up for Prairie A&M. And we're so grateful for our partners and friends at Prairie View, not just for the great football experience, but for being there since the beginning. Since this school was just an idea, and a couple of follow-up conversations, we thank them for being with us and for being an important part of our village. I believe that I heard that after that game, we have at least a handful of students who are already preparing to wear that purple and gold and enroll at Prairie View next year. You'll hear both from Principal Kegler as well as a special guest from Prairie A&M in just a few moments. They'll give you the backstory on how and why this came to be if you aren't familiar with it already. For the last couple of minutes I have here, I want to share a couple of final thoughts with you before we continue with today's program. First, it hadn't changed since 2018 when I arrived in Aldine. We know that leadership matters. It matters. And since then, strong leadership has always been valued here in Aldine. In fact, we have a leadership definition that describes what it means to be an Aldine leader. We talk about it. Those in the audience can join me. What is it first? The C is for what? Connecting. The I is for what? Inspiring. And ultimately, what do we want to do? We want to impact. We want to impact student success. We also believe that leadership can be found at all levels. Go with me now. You don't need a title to be a leader. And you can begin learning how to lead at any point in life. And some say it's not too early. And it is never too early. In fact, it was during one of those Zoom calls with Prairie and A&M that Dr. Ruth Simmons, she told me not to wait to begin teaching leadership, especially for young men, and instilling those qualities into our students as soon as possible. We talked about the importance of that. And this is the reason why our students here at Impact what? Leadership. Impact Leadership Academy are cultivating learning experiences rooted in culture, identity, community, and leadership as young as first grade. Oh my God, it's so awesome. So creating this pipeline of young leaders at Impact Leadership means that they will take those qualities and those teachings beyond this campus and into all of our other schools for their high school experience. And as a result, there'll be generations of leaders, young leaders, who will multiply across our district, and they will graduate into the next chapter, their dreams and goals always within reach, guided by the leadership qualities that were instilled at such a young age and became a part of their identity. And finally, I am incredibly proud to be standing here with you today. The opening of Impact Leadership Academy is more than a red carpet or ribbon cutting. It is the culmination of many hours of collaboration and planning between our leaders, our staff, and our community partners. And it represents our connection to the community and the promise that we have made to its members. The promise. We're delivering on the promise. It is to provide choices and opportunities so that our children cross that stage as an Aldine graduate and go on to have successful careers and futures. Impact Leadership Academy is the newest choice school. Last year, we opened the Newcomer Academy, La Promesa, and the Young Women's Leadership Academy, an all-girls school. And I recall feeling the same way that I do right now, such pride for the hard work to get a school up and running, and a sense of gratefulness that I was just a small part of a project of a community that helped our students to flourish well beyond what anyone could have imagined. This is just the beginning. One day, years down the road, my grandmother would say, further on up the road, yes, you'll hear conversations about great civic leaders, educators, and innovators. And don't be surprised when you find out that their journey started right here at Impact Leadership Academy. Now, please help me welcome our board president.
Thank you, Dr. Goffney, fellow board members. It is my honor to be here today, and I thank each and every one of you for taking the time to come to this. At Aldine, we say all means all. The board believes it, our superintendent believes it, all means all. The numbers say that black and brown males are not performing as well as other groups. That's just what the numbers say. And so our response to that is this program right here. Life is hard. I mean, I see heads nodding. Life is hard. And it's our responsibility to make sure that our kids are prepared to deal with life. I believe this. I believe that if you hang around with D students, you'll be a D student. I believe if you hang around with people that use drugs, you're gonna use drugs. I believe that if you hang around with people that steal, you're gonna steal. It don't mean you're automatically gonna do it, but the chances are that you're gonna do those things if that's who you're hanging with. But let's flip that, because when we think of peer pressure, we typically think of it in a negative sense. But there's some positive peer pressure. Mm-hmm. And this right here will create positive peer pressure. I'm a member of a college fraternity. A number of us in this room are members of college fraternities and sororities. And one of the things that we know is that we're founded on something called achievement, success, and those type of things. And so if you are part of those type of programs, if you're part of those type of organizations, that's some positive peer pressure. I promise you, the fraternity saved my life. Okay, I can tell you that. I grew up in a place, the fraternity saved my life. How I got into it, I really don't know. I think one of my boys said, hey man, we're gonna do this. Oh, and let's do it. But it was once I did it, and I started being around people that had a focus on being successful, that was a game changer. This right here is gonna be a game changer for some of our kids. Let's be clear about that. I'm looking at this video and I'm seeing a kid playing chess. That's developing the abstract thinking, I believe. I mean, there's people that are in academia that you can tell me whether or not I'm on point on that. You know, am I on point? All right, I got one in there. Okay. And so that's important. And so these kids are getting something. They're building a brotherhood. They're building a brotherhood. Now, let me say this. I'm not saying that if you're in middle school, girls are a distraction. What I am saying is girls are a distraction. And so there's something that can happen in this type of environment that may not be able to happen in other types of environments. And so I am so proud to be a part of this. I'm so proud of Prairie View. Prairie View has deep experiences in working with Black and brown students. Let's be clear, the program is open for any and everybody that's a student at Aldine ISD, but 98% of our kids are Black and browns, and that's what they do. And for them to come and be a part of us, to do something like this, that's major. That is major. So I'm proud to be here. I'm proud to be on the Board of Trustees. I'm proud to be a member of Aldine ISD. And I'm proud of everybody that's here that's helping us do this thing. Now let's do it.
Thank you, Mr. Bates. Good morning, everybody. Great words of wisdom. I think they stole half my speech here, but you guys did a really great job with that. My name is Adrian, Bustillos, Chief Transformation Officer here at Aldine. And in my role, I work with the leadership team to create new choices and opportunities throughout the district for our students. I help develop partnerships and pull groups together, bringing resources to make these new choices and opportunities a reality for our students in the community. In launching our 5-year strategic plan, A New Way Forward, it's our commitment to creating these new school choices that will position all these students as a system of schools that creates new opportunities. Our portfolio of schools, as you know, include Victory Early College, Blanson CTE High School, Avalos P-Tech, and now the Young Women's Leadership Academy, La Promesa, and today the Impact Leadership Academy. Impact Leadership Academy at Wilson was born out of dedication to student achievement and the belief that every Aldine student deserves to learn in a school where they feel welcome and safe, and they will graduate with choices and opportunities. We began to dive deeper into our Black Student Outcomes Initiative over time and identified a significant gap in our focus on our Black and brown male students. Based on student performance data, we quickly realized that we had many students on the margins, and those students happened to be our Black and brown boys. Even as we begin to see improvements across the district, we see a slower rate of change for our Black and brown boys, and we decided that we needed to make a differentiated approach to moving outcomes for our young students of male, Black and brown at a much quicker rate. Once that particular situation happened, we began to think about new opportunities and listen to the voices of the community, our Black and brown male students, our community members. We had an opportunity to visit other single-gender schools in the greater Houston area and across the state and see the amazing accomplishments they've had. And we want to provide the exact same experience for our students in Aldine. Impact Leadership is a single-gender male school which will serve students in grades 1st through 8th when fully built out. Currently, students are in grades 1st, 2nd, and 6th. And as you heard, this program focuses on entrepreneurship and leadership. Their experience will be diverse. They'll have innovative academic and social-emotional learning experiences that spark joy and curiosity. Scholars will experience meaningful relationships that will be shared upon the community. We partnered, as you heard, with Prairie View A&M University to create this unique opportunity. Unlike other models, they focus on secondary students. We believe that our youngest learners will gain the most from the structure and the culture that will be provided early on in their education journey. By focusing on this group, we believe that our students will better prepare themselves for dual credit courses, advanced placement courses, our career technology education programs, and all their gifted and talented programs. And for those who may struggle, there is an opportunity to intervene early. Our students will become leaders. They will take that trait with them to all other schools in our district. In addition, we want them to graduate as a cohort so that they stay connected with their peers in the shared experiences. If we're going to get different results for our young men, we must try different strategies. As one of the largest and most diverse districts in Texas, we know that we must set the bar high for teaching and learning. We want to work with our different partners, such as Prairie View A&M, that has a proven record of doing good work with our Black and Brown students. And we work with this organization to leverage their expertise and bring these experiences to our buildings. And as you know, right now, applications are open for the Impact Leadership Academy for the greater Houston area, for Aldine ISD and the entire greater Houston area. So if you are interested, please join us this year in 1st, 2nd, and 6th grade. And applications are being accepted for next year for 3rd and 7th grade. So now, to speak about the partnership between Prairie View, A&M, and Aldine ISD, please help me welcome Dr. Michael McFrazier, the Dean of the College of Education.
Good morning. Good morning. To Trustee President Randy Bates, Superintendent Goffney, the members of the Aldine Independent School District Leadership Team, all of the other board members present, Principal Kegler. I wore the tie this morning. The teachers, the staff, the parents, community partners, government officials, and most importantly, the young scholars matriculating here at the Impact Leadership Academy. I greet you this morning on behalf of Chancellor Sharp, the Board of Regents of the Texas A&M University System, our dynamic president, Ruth J. Simmons, the faculty, staff, students, alumni of Prairie View A&M University, the Hill, as it's so affectionately called. I am Michael McFrazier, and I am the Dean of the Whitlow R. Green College of Education, and I count it an honor as well as a privilege to bring official remarks on behalf of Prairie View. There is a Prairie View delegation here, so would you stand and be recognized? Persons who've worked diligently, assiduously to make sure that this thing is. Thank you so much for being here this morning. Prairie View has enjoyed a positive and productive working relationship with Aldine for decades. The university is committed to continuously working to identify new and important ways to strengthen our partnership. Today's ribbon cutting ceremony highlights and is an ocular demonstration of a strong, effective strategic partnership in the fulfillment of our individual as well as our collective missions. Indeed, this is a great day. You know, I was thinking about the impetus for this current collaboration. I assumed the role as Dean of the College 2019-2020, and I received a congratulatory note as well as a personal invitation from Aldine ISD's Chief Communications Officer then, Shalia Reed. She said to me, "You want to be at the state of the district address." She indicated that it was going to be electrifying. At that event, Superintendent Goffney outlined the bold and compelling 5-year strategic plan, A New Way Forward, and her team masterfully crafted a plan that would accelerate Aldine ISD's vision of ensuring choice and opportunity for all students. Well, shortly after attending that address, I received another message. It was actually January 15, 2020 to be exact, from Ms. Reed saying, "We're launching an all-girls school in the fall of 2021. And today in a leadership meeting, Superintendent Goffney mentioned an all-boys school and hoped to partner with Prairie View A&M University." I replied, "I'm on board." And I was very excited about the possibilities. Well, needless to say, we are here today to witness the realization of that vision cast by Superintendent Goffney. The Impact Leadership Academy certainly demonstrates Aldine's unwavering commitment to provide a school experience that promotes success of and empowerment of Black and brown students, male students. Please know that this unwavering commitment and the Impact Leadership Academy's mission of cultivating learning experiences that are rooted in identity, leadership, community, and activism are relevant to the overall Prairie View A&M University mission and in line with the university's strategic goal of investing in programs and services that address issues and challenges affecting diverse populations in Texas, the larger society, and the global arena. I commend Superintendent Goffney, the board, the Aldine leadership, Principal Kegler for the outstanding work that you've done to open this academy in the midst of a global pandemic. You know, i.e. that spring break that never ended. Be assured that Prairie View is a key strategic partner, and our actions, hopefully they have demonstrated our continued commitment to support the Impact Leadership Academy and all of the young male scholars attending. Prairie View is committed to preparing and placing day one ready teachers here at the Impact Leadership Academy, providing professional development opportunities for teachers and administrators to enhance their knowledge and skills. We're going to facilitate student mentorship and on-campus experiences like the football game, like elementary day, like the acclaimed visit from author Kevin Powell that was facilitated by our Provost Emerita, Dr. E. Joanna Thomas Smith, who is the director of the Toni Morrison Creative Writing Initiative. We're going to conduct research to come up and illuminate with positive and best practices that support to teaching diverse students. This partnership, and I'll borrow a word from Superintendent Goffney, this partnership will be long-reaching. And I am confident, based on my interaction with all of the young men here, that these young scholars will be greatly educated to impact their communities, our city, our state, the nation, and the world. Thank you for this time to speak, and I look forward with great anticipation.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I want to start out by thanking Dr. Goffney for more than just the opportunity, but for making the choice of me to lead this operation. I don't take it lightly, and this stage, this platform is not big enough to show you my appreciation. The board members who from day one have taken me in, told me whatever I need, whatever supports I need, you're there. That has not fallen on deaf ears, and I truly appreciate it. To Prairie View A&M University, from being in the planning phase to being in a football game where we had 10 parents go, to opening up your school for elementary day where we then had 30 parents come that rolled the yellow dogs with us means the world to me. Not only that, but then to come on and hop on a conference with me to talk about a student and how we can help a student is tremendous. So the supports are far-reaching, and people don't see the things that go on behind the scenes. The Office of Transformation for constantly supporting and pushing the envelope. I truly appreciate that. To all of the board members, to the leadership that is here, my mentor, Ms. LaFleur, thank you for being here for the support. November 17th, 2022, a day that will forever be etched in history. I am humbled to be standing for you today to mark this special occasion. I would like to welcome you to Impact Leadership Academy's ribbon cutting ceremony, and thank you all for being here. This present moment will become a thing of the past that will ultimately transform the future. We are on a unique journey that has been well planned and executed. Today's ceremony is a reminder of our vision to inspire young men to not only become leaders, but become entrepreneurial thinkers, to become determined advocates. Now, when you think about an advocate, you think of someone that speaks out for themselves. But our boys are getting taught how to speak out on behalf of others, and that's what takes it to the next level. This initiative would not be possible without our district, Team 3, in the back, Dr. Wynn. Our partnerships, Good Reasons Houston, Swaggy Scripts, who has put our murals out and they're continuing to put our murals out. Leader in Me, who actually we are a Leader in Me campus. If you came in today, you saw the banner. All of our partnerships, Prairie A&M being one of the greatest that has continued to help us throughout. Venture Lab, who actually we have an entrepreneurship program, not only for our students, but they have partnered with HEB to give us an entrepreneurship course for our educators. These partnerships are but an example of what a community can accomplish when we work together for the betterment of our children, which is ultimately the next generation. The design of this school is a balance between modern, old school grandma's approach, that traditional aspect of what kids need most, and the most famous 3 words that I probably uttered since I've been a principal of this campus. How might we? You see, we're on a journey to figure out what works for this generation, what works for these young men. So as he mentioned, the research that's happening in the world is happening here, cutting edge of what's going to help develop the next generation of young Black and brown males. My dream became a reality when this school was placed into existence. All of our impact students are able to learn in an inclusive environment where their interests are at the forefront. A first grade student can come in and have an idea that we can take him into the entrepreneurship lab and he can bring to life. They are given several opportunities and experiences for their ideas to blossom. We're officially part of history, and every single person here has had a hand in making that happen. I thank you for your commitment to education, and this building is reflective of all the initiatives that we have begun. Now, the last thing I'll say in closing, we talk about ABCs. This school actually started out as an all-boys school. Then it transitions into Young Men's Leadership Academy. Then we spiraled around a million different names. But I gotta take you there. And my press secretary knows I'm off of my script now. But there's something in a name. And when Impact was the name that we landed on, it took it to a next level. So the ABCs that I'm talking about, I could talk about Alexander, which is a first grade student here. I could talk about Brander, who is a student in 6th grade that's excelling, even though he has a label of EB, he's excelling. He's one of our highest math students. And my math specialist last night reminded me through tears that he is going to be one of the greatest math students he's ever been around. Wow. But there's something in a name in that the next young man that I'm going to bring to you, name starts with a C, Camari. But he's so much more than just a name. The impact that Camari has had on me is probably only second to my son, Jameson. Camari is a student who went to Carter, which is right next door. This summer when I'm recruiting and I'm calling students, there's something in the name when I can call the parents and say, Impact Leadership is the school for your son. Camari was 2 seconds from Harmony. He had already been accepted, but there was something in the name about Impact Leadership that the parents entrusted us with Camari's success. Camari has not only come here and become a leader, Not only that, become a student ambassador. Not only that, went to the state of the district where he sat in front of dignitaries. Not only that, went to the Choice School Festival and started recruiting. Now we already have 35 students who are already enrolled for next year. But not only that, Camari is going to come here and he's going to set this stage afire because Camari is ready to go. Camari is ready to lead the next generation. I am humbled to be this principal here today. I cannot tell you how much excitement is in me, but it's something about those ABCs. So I'll take you from Alexander to Brander to now I will introduce. The next one is going to lead us to the next level. Camari.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Camari, and welcome to the Impact Leadership Academy ribbon cutting ceremony. You know, I always dreamed about going to an all-boys school, but never knew it was possible. My dream became reality this summer when my mom sent me the website link for Impact Leadership Academy, the first all-boys school in Aldine. I saw entrepreneurship and the academic lead. I immediately told her I wanted to attend. This sparked my interest because I could figure I could learn more about starting my own t-shirt business and creating digital content. I have transitioned from a traditional school where there's multiple students to a class to an innovative campus where I'm able to interact more with my teachers for support, learn how to play chess, visit HBCU, and have PE in recess every day. My future goal is to become a graphic designer and a professional basketball player. I know that Impact Leadership Academy will give me the opportunities and experience I need to achieve my goals. Thank y'all for being here.